What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Russell Journal. My name is Russell, and this is my journal entry for Monday, February 6th, 2023. Pretty early today. This is power hour. As you can see, the market is still running behind me. Really major uneventful day for me. Two trades flat on the day, more or less. I'm up. I'm green about $20. Took a very interesting trade. Two trade setups worked out really, really well. First one, I did catch this move from the bottom down here up to there. And I did stop out for about a 50-cent gain on my contracts, or not a 50-cent. No, it was a 30-cent profit on those contracts. And then we had the pullback. I tried to get in right here for a move to the upside. It kept pulling back, and so I stopped out there for a 20-cent loss on those contracts. So I'm a slightly green for the day. It's not terrible. It's not bad. It is what it is. I didn't know whether or not we were going to. Really tear to the upside or what exactly. What is clear is some stuff from yesterday is, again, this level right here, you can see in the price action above me, holding between 409.5 and 410 pretty much most of the day. That negates my my swing trade that I'm basically waiting for the setup to happen to react to. If it doesn't happen, I won't take the trade. If it does happen, but that it is my setup. It's just on a longer time frame, and so it turns into a swing trade when you look at it from the daily time frame. There are some things that we can look at that can give us some illusion as to what's happening or where and how it'll happen. Hold on one second. Go to the daily time frame. You can see your slow stochastic beginning to hinge down. Still need to wait for the break of that to the downside. And again, sort of leading it with some of the other time frames. So expect that to happen and give us a move back into the 18-day moving average. You can see here where it happened before. We lost it, came back to the 18-day moving average. Would have been good time. You could have held overnight, covered into the open. You would have been very profitable. Some of the things I want to talk about, though, and I want to kick over to a 4-hour chart. This is a very difficult chart to trade right now. Actually, we're going to go to the 1 hour. No, which one? So on shorter time frames, this is a pretty tough chart to trade. First of all, your candles. Most of them are kind of you get these trends, but they're very small candle bodies. So they're not really giving you within them really fast money, easy money. And then the other thing is you have some stuff here that's very interesting where the lows have trended down, but you have this buying pressure. So you can see here where you have this trend down, you do create this low, but they're buying into all of those candles. So it makes it very hard to trade this because, if I want to go short, I'm trying to get out at the bottom of the next candle, engaging where that is. They just keep kind of putting the price up, and you do get the move down, and then here you get the push up into that. And there's some other things that I think are very, very interesting about this. Is one, a lot of buying pressure under this is on the 15. We're on the 30-minute chart. So you're looking at the 30-minute chart. A lot of buying pressure underneath the 18-period moving average. Not a lot of. Notice how there's no buyers above that 18-period moving average. It's really wonky. I can't really think of another word to describe it other than wonky. Is that, especially on these intraday time frames, how do you go from really having this massive pop over here to this, and now this may be a type of distribution, or it might be an accumulation. I don't know. It's really hard to say. What I will say is that SPY does the S&P, the SPX over here, trying to hold that 4,100 level is going to be a big chore for that. It is possible, but the seasonality of February is pretty rough. The other thing is you do have your MACD starting to roll over. I don't use the MACD a whole lot. On longer time frames, I really don't use it because it really can screw you, especially if you're intraday trading stuff. I have it up because it is a little easier to spot the beginning and ends of moves off of the histogram here. That is very helpful. You can see where, in the next move, you get the trend sort of back into the downward direction. So if you are long into that, you get this type of histogram beginning to develop, and you can begin to start to look to take profit or start to think about stopping out of a trade. So as far as that goes, that is stuff that I found to be very beneficial. I do want to apologize, by the way. I'm not in my producer's got stuff to do today, so I have to do the show a little early. I haven't been able to make it to the gym, so I'm not quite show ready. So hopefully you guys cool with that. Anyway, so I do bring that up because one of the things I've noticed about my trading is that for a long time I was becoming sort of codependent on trading, where if the market wasn't open, I wasn't happy. Like, I was frustrated, I was angry. I'm just waiting for the next time to trade. There's a bit of this where I think when you're learning, that I started to notice is, like, as I was learning trading, I really needed to be obsessed because there's a lot of information to take in and learn and grow from and gather. But one of the things that I've noticed about trading is that, once you have kind of a pretty good handle on that information, you may not be very good at trading, but you don't need the screen time. You don't need to be obsessed. And as a matter of fact, there's a value to getting away from the market. And so some of the stuff that I've noticed that's made my life a lot better and made my trading a lot better and even more sustainable. Even though I am treading water right now in my account, I'm basically just kind of continuing to break even with my trades. I'll have a good trade, then a bad trade, and a good trade, and a bad trade, which is progress to me. I think, one, because I'm really focusing on managing my risk, but something I'm doing that's sort of helping with that is getting outside of the market finally. Things about, like, focusing on losing weight. I bought myself a new toy. I want to show you guys. Got myself a Martin guitar. I've always wanted one. That thing's, so starting to sort of try and have some semblance of a life outside of just trading, so as to not be just codependent, needing that to make up my, make up my happiness. If you decide you're only going to be happy, I think, because you're making or losing money, making money, you're really going to get. It tends to screw me, right? When my happiness is set on, whether I'm in a relationship or if I'm making money or this, that, or the other thing, having my happiness focused on that tends to really screw up the things that I am trying to do. So I am trying to step out, get in shape. I'm trying to, play more guitar, do the music thing, and stuff like that. So it's kind of get a break from the market, so that I can come back with a fresh perspective, or so I can even learn to, something that I've been working on is unbiasing myself. If you've watched this channel through the last year, you'll know that there was, like, a lot of talk in here around economics. And I think that was important, but when it does come to trading, you are reactionary. You're in a reactionary phase of the actual trade. You can look for catalysts, like, for example, you've got Powell's going to come out and talk tomorrow. There's a potential negative catalyst there, it could possibly send the market to lower lows, and so be it. Again, you still have to wait for this price action, right? If you've got a low point here, you really can't do anything until you start to break below that previous low, or you break that, right? We failed to claim this, 110 level. You can go back, retest 410 level. You can go back, retest the 407 level, 406.5. try and find support there. So, that's some stuff that you can do. Now, that all being said, I am expecting SPY to sort of remain in a very tight, sort of choppy range, probably between 403 and 410 for most of February. So I don't know how much trading I'm actually going to get done this month. As a matter of fact, I am planning a trip to go do some hunting with my father. So, so I may be leaving partway through the month to go do that. Again, my dad's, he's closer to 80 than he is 70, or he's getting closer to 80 than 70. So I really want to spend as much time with my dad as I possibly can. So, money or no money, I'll never get that time back. So I think that's really important and valuable to spend that time with him. So, and that's other things too, the working out. I let myself get out of shape. I was eating a ton of pizza. My diet was just trash. And which is weird for me because I am notoriously, or not notoriously, but I'm rigorously a healthy individual. I tend to lift weights. I tend to work out. I tend to eat very, very clean. For decades of my life, that was how I lived, and I was very thin and in shape. And since COVID started, I've let myself really go, and I'm not pleased with that. And I'm closer to 40 than I am 30, really close. I got a year left to be 40. And whatever weight you take into 40 gets very hard to lose. So from what I understand about weight loss. So this is not a weight loss channel. This is a day trading channel, but I am talking a little bit about sort of external psychology stuff. Again, pair that with just a very difficult chart. You do have a difficult chart. Your momentum is in one direction. Your bias is in another direction, yet you're trending in the upward direction. In parts of this, you get this buying sort of thing happening. And then you are sort of trying to reject that 18 off of the 15 and not finding buyers up here above. See this line right here? Not finding buyers up there really is disheartening. So could be looking for a move back to the 200 on the 15 coming into tomorrow or the next day. Would not be surprised to see that sort of move happen. So, but we'll see what happens. Again, like I said, we're reacting as the chart unfolds, but it is a complicated chart. Your best move today was that counter trend in the upward direction. Even your puts, like you do diamond hand your puts, even if you're in the 408 puts or 409 puts, it's going to be very, very tough, right up there to get into that. So really not a great day for trading as far as things go. I'm pretty happy to be break even. Just finding out there's no follow through. I did hold that second trade longer than I should have. I should have cut out at a 50% loss. But instead I waited and held till I was like 60 or 70% out. I lost. So, but a green day is a green day to me also. So I'm not going to beat myself up over this stuff too much anymore. Really, whipping myself has not made me a better trader. So that's the way I feel about it. Anyway, that is going to do it for me. That's the show. Russell Journal, written and hosted by me, Russell Liss. Produced by Social Media Shows. Our executive producer is Maria Pereza. And until tomorrow, just, keep in mind some type of catchphrase,
This show is brought to you by Michelle Kubiak with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, call Michelle at 702-683-6576. Her license number is S.48606. This show is also brought to you by Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa, located on Silverado Ranch, here in Henderson, Nevada. Restore, relax, and refresh. Let's not forget our very own Merrill and Merrick comedy show. This fun, comical TV sitcom duo with Social Media Source Network loves to make you laugh. Mahel Empire Productions. It's a filmmaker based in Las Vegas, Nevada. Founded by Michael and Sonny Mahal, and are dedicated to making feature films. Turn your power on with Broken Bulb Productions. Owned by Russell Rapp, an independent filmmaker based out of New Jersey. This show is brought to you by, let's not forget, our very own GI Connections. It's a nonprofit organization that connects veterans with resources. We're also proud to recognize Prolific Arts with Sonia Scott. Painting is the expression of emotion and feeling deep within one's heart. Let's not forget Matoma Environmental Technologies. Global research, development, and manufacturing of innovative photocatalytic products. Our show is also brought to you by Carmelo Rodriguez, who is the author of a best-selling book called Smile. It's based on true events. It's the story of a couple building a family. Get your copy of his book at Amazon today. We also love our musicians. Think about Frank's Tribute, an all-star band. It's a Green Bay-based band with Let Me Be Frank's Productions, family owned by Frank Hermans, who happens to be a veteran entertainer.